Today is December 21st. Today's quote is entitled The Momentum. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta said, initiation is an impetus, a momentum to move forward that must be sustained by the disciples' regular hearing and chanting and practice. It is not a milestone, but a beginning, an official acknowledgement of being a neophyte on the path. Many devotees see initiation as an end rather than a beginning, and such devotees often slacken their bhakti after initiation. This is unfortunate. So we had talked about this very thing in another quote. I believe we talked about it in another quote. I talk about a lot of things in different contexts, and I can't remember. But if we did talk about it, it doesn't mean that you all heard it, and it doesn't mean that we can't talk about it again. The context of this was a problem that I see with some devotees. Whenever I talk about things, I'm usually thinking of situations or problems or misunderstandings devotees have. So I'm usually addressing those things. It's not just I feel like talking about something, but it's usually specifically meant to deal with situations that are common, or problems that are common, or challenges that are common. And so we have seen on many occasions that rather than advance after initiation, some devotees go down. Some devotees even leave the day after initiation. They finally get it. They think, okay, now I'm initiated. My guru is guaranteeing that I will go back to Godhead. And so I've made the grade and everything's good and I don't have to try. It's not like that. Initiation is a facility that the guru is giving, but it's not a guarantee. The guru is guaranteeing, yes, I will take you back to Godhead, but you have to follow the road. You have to follow the map, the directions I give you. So it's not that, here's the map, you go to sleep, and I'll just, put you in the car and drive you. It's not like that. As you may have heard, Prabhupada said, you have to fly your own airplane. So the spiritual master is not flying your airplane. He's training you to be a pilot. And so initiation really means the beginning of training. Now, in traditional times, initiation meant, okay, now you're qualified to learn. It's like an entrance into the university. We now feel you're qualified. We're going to perform an official ceremony to allow you to enter the university. But now that you're in the university, it doesn't mean that automatically, because you're in Harvard or Yale or MIT, you're going to become the smartest kid on the block and you're going to do really well in the world. No, you have to actually do the work. It's just that you're in a really good school, you have really good facility. So now you're in the process, the spiritual master has accepted you. He's making a guarantee that if you do what I ask you, I will do everything within my power. I will dedicate myself to getting you out of the material world, to bringing you back to Godhead. I will give you all the necessary advice and instructions and inspiration that's required, but you have to do the work. So when a devotee thinks, once I've achieved initiation, then my work is done, they've misunderstood. And in that sense, you could say, or you could question, did they really even get initiated? Are they really initiated disciples? Because initiated disciple means that now I'm fully willing, from this point, to follow the instructions of my guru. I'm fully willing to dedicate myself to Srila Prabhupada's mission, to follow Srila Prabhupada's instructions, to follow the guidance of my senior uncles and aunts, to follow the guidance of my Siksha Guru or Siksha Gurus. Initiation means, okay, the way I see initiation is, okay, I've come to this human form of life. I want to get serious about going back to Godhead. I want to go back to Godhead. I want to get out of this material world. I want to be serious about this business. That's what initiation means. At that point, when I'm serious to go back home, back to God, when I'm serious to engage in Krishna's service, when I'm going to make devotional service the priority of my life, all my decisions in life will be based around what's best for my bhakti, then a person is ready for initiation. And if they're not in that consciousness, then when they take initiation, it's premature. It's like planting a seed that needs first to be sprouted before you can plant it outside. So before initiation, we're cultivating Krishna consciousness, and when we see that seed is ready to sprout, then we want to put it in the soil of Diksha so it can grow. And we make this deep connection with Guru and Krishna. So that's the idea. So it's just an observation that sometimes devotees after initiation, they actually do worse than before. Now, another thing just to be aware of, that when you get initiation, you make vows. And if you don't have initiation, you haven't made those vows. So be careful, because if you make a vow and don't follow it, you could feel very guilty. And it could have a very negative influence on you. So you really want to make sure you can follow those vows before initiation. Hare Krishna.